Guys, welcome to day 23 of PODMAS for the Autism Mommy podcast. If you don't know, and if this is your first time tuning in, one, you're a little late to the party, but it's okay because you could always go back and listen to all the other episodes. PODMAS is where I post 25 episodes, 25 mini episodes for the first 25 days of December to gift you a sneak peek of topics that you could expect to hear on the new Autism Mommy podcast, which will be releasing brand new episodes on Monday, December 27th. Now, before we get into today's topic, as always, I would just like to remind you to rate, review, and subscribe. Rate 5 stars. Please 5 stars so that I can get put up in the algorithm and I can have more people see the podcast and I can have more mommies actually tune in. Review. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you're liking the podcast and the topics that I'm talking on. If there's any suggestions you may have, or if there's any guests that you would like to hear on the podcast, let me know that as well. Third, subscribe to the podcast wherever you are listening to this podcast, Apple, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeart, wherever. Just make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you are always in the loop as to when new podcast episodes will be released. I haven't said this in a while, but you want to make sure you join my mailing list too. Can't believe I've forgotten this. My mailing list. It is where you will find everything Steffi Kiss related, Autism Mommy related, all the news. You will be the first ones to know if there's any merch coming out. Wink, wink. If there's any live shows. Wink, wink. If there's any other types of content, wink, wink, you would be the first one to know if you subscribe to my mailing list. Everything will be linked down below. And follow me on Instagram. You want to hear the brush song. You want to hear me getting on Ethan's nerves. You want to hear Ethan getting on my nerves. You just want to follow us because it's fun over here. You want to be in the know, okay? _ Steffi Kiss, STEPHYKISS, to follow me on Instagram. Now, we're going to get into today's episode where we're talking about friendships. And I know you're probably thinking that I'm going to talk about friend making for kids on the spectrum. And you're absolutely wrong. It's so hard having friends as a mom, especially a mom with a kid on the spectrum. For years, I thought I had a plethora of friends. And then I realized most of these people have no idea what I'm going through on a daily basis. And not because they didn't care to know, but because I didn't share it. It's hard as a mother to share your fears or your failures for that matter, especially with people who can't begin to understand your journey. But having a core group of friends, a chosen family, a tribe is extremely important for your mental health. Why, yes, your children are a major part of your life. They are not your entire life. You need time for you with people who can understand you as a person and not just a mother. Now, don't get me wrong. It is great to have friends who are also mothers who can understand that part of you, but that doesn't mean that those are your only friends you can have. My best friends have no kids, and yet I know I can still cry to them or tell them why I'm so fucking stressed, and they will be able to lend me a shoulder to cry on or an empathetic ear to listen to my woes. As I embark on my new journey in Florida, it is especially hard to find people like me to befriend. Sure, finding a mom with a son with special needs who lives nearby, who also smokes weed and watches Harry Potter would be amazing. But how realistic is that? Your friends don't necessarily have to have the exact same interest as you, but they just have to be interested enough in you as an individual to be there for you when you need them, and vice versa. If you are looking to make friends, try joining a club, a team, or leverage your social media accounts. Come out of your comfort zone just a little bit and try to connect with people you might not have in the past. Once you have a quote-unquote friend, you also want to make sure you keep up to your side of the relationship. Make time for them. Like with any relationship, it does take a little bit of work and maintenance. Now, we are all busy and life definitely gets in the way, but even if you can't physically hang out, a phone call or a FaceTime can go a long way. Etch out some time to have an adult conversation with the people you value in your life. Also, don't always make it about you. Ask your friends how they are. and actually listen to respond instead of thinking about the next thing you can bring up about yourself. I know it's not easy to make new connections as an adult, especially when you are balancing work, family, money, therapies, side hustles, school, teenagers, babies, self-care, and the million other things you have on your plate. But build your tribe, mommy. I promise you, you will not regret it. And as always, if no one has told you today,
bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job.